What's keeping Los Angeles home buyers on the sidelines? It's not just interest rates, and we're going to delve into it today. Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. So, as we head into the middle of 2025, it's hard to believe that we're already in the month of May. So, the Los Angeles housing market, you can definitely see clearly shifting, especially over the course of the last few weeks. And after years of really low inventory and aggressive bidding wars, buyers are really starting to see a lot more options out there. But they're also getting more cautious, is what we're finding. So basically, from citywide budget shortfalls to industry shakeups and new tariff policies, all of this together, all this uncertainty is putting many buyers on the sidelines. So what does that mean if you're buying or selling in today's market? Well, let's break it down. Let's start with inventory. So inventory in Los Angeles County is up almost 25% just in the last 3 weeks alone across Los Angeles, right? So across Los Angeles, you're seeing these active listings that have surged more than 25% compared not only to the same time last year, but just literally in the last few weeks. So more homes are hitting the market, and that's giving the buyers more negotiating power and forcing sellers a lot of times to recalibrate their pricing strategies. In Porter Ranch, which is zip code 91326, this is one of LA's most diverse price point neighborhoods. Okay, so you have 69 homes that have closed year to date as of filming this video. Now, of the 69 homes, right, 33 have sold for $1,250,000 or less, and you have 41 that have sold for $1,350,000. So the reason I give you those numbers is that's where the buyers are right now in that price point, especially up to $1 million. That's really the sweet spot. But once you go over $1,350,000, the amount of buyers that you have right now, it really starts to shrink. And I think you have to consider, one, obviously, is the fact of where the interest rates are right now. You know, they kind of tend to be in the high sixes, almost low sevens, depending on what type of loan you're getting. So when the tariffs actually started to take place and there was all that talk and the market was sliding, that actually affected the bond market, and the rates for about 72 hours were in the low sixes, and then they jumped up immediately and kind of were over 7%. Now they've kind of settled in the high sixes right now. So that's a big factor when you think about what the monthly payment is going to be for somebody, especially at $1,250,000, right? And what your household income has to be, which just to say 20% down, you know, you're looking easily over $250,000 that you have to be bringing in. And that's assuming that you don't have any debt, right? A car payment, credit cards, student loans. That's assuming that you don't have any of that. So to me, that's a real clear signal right now that even though the fact that well-priced homes are still moving, especially in these mid-tier ranges, you got to be priced right if you're a seller, right? And if you're a buyer, obviously you have a lot more choices to choose from. All right, days on market. This is a conversation we haven't really had, really for a long time on this channel. Days on market are climbing, right? And so many homes are sitting longer. It's just plain and simple. And across Los Angeles County, the average days on market has increased from the mid to low 20s, right, to over 35 days. So Porter Ranch, going back to 91326, right? Again, a zip code with a diversity of different price points, right? Many homes are now sitting on the market with an average days on market over 40 days. So especially if you were kind of looking to have your home sell based on the early 2024 comparables, you really need to sit down and talk with your agent to make sure that you're going to be priced right. Because maybe if a home closed 30 days ago, right? So maybe it closed in April, but at the end of the day, that was really a March market, because when the home actually accepted an offer, that was a different market back then. So now you might have to be slightly under than where the recent comparables were here in 2024. And you're seeing that play out. And that's because buyers have more choices now, and they're taking their time. So there's really a new pricey reality below the last comes. So we're in a market right now where you can no longer expect to just get top dollar just for listing, putting the home on the market. Sellers in most areas, including Porter Ranch, are having to price below the recent comps to draw attention. And in some cases, homes that would have sold in a weekend at the beginning of the year and last year are now sitting unless they clearly show the value. Let's go back to Porter Ranch, California. So Porter Ranch is really a microcosm of the market. And Porter Ranch is one of those best zip codes to watch for market shifts just because of the price variety in the zip code itself. From sub $1 million condos to luxury homes topping over $3 million in the Hillcrest and Westcliff communities, it's really a testing ground for how buyers are reacting across the different segments. So it's one of the reasons why I really like this zip code a lot. And guess what? Here's what we're seeing right now. The entry-level homes are still moving fast if priced correctly. The luxury homes are sitting longer unless they have rare features like a view, a pool, or high-end upgrades. One of the homes that's currently in escrow right now in the Westcliff community actually has a lazy river in it. So that's a unique feature for sure. So I think at the end of the day, for sellers that are hoping to kind of just test the market, they're going to be facing really price drops quite quickly if you don't have the right strategy in place. But not all segments are hurting. Then you have new construction, and new construction is an oddity right now because a majority of the new construction, if you've been following us on our channel, a lot of it is higher luxury new construction home. And I'm talking about in the high 1.7, 1.8 starting point all the way up to 3 million, right? And those are the ones that are moving right now. The builder has a lot of incentives right now to help buyers. Their interest rate a lot of times for the first year is under 5%, right? They have a lot of incentives if you go with their lender to actually be able to have design upgrade credits and whatnot. So those are actually moving quite quick right now. That's almost a whole different world. And you would think it would be the opposite, but it really, that segment, you have a lot of people that are already homeowners right now and they're selling their home and they're moving into new construction, their forever home. So these are people with a lot of equity in their home right now. They're not first-time buyers. And there tends to be a lot of competition for new construction homes right now. All right, so at the end of the day, the market isn't crashing. It's probably recalibrating a little bit with everything that's taking place around it. Buyers are being more selective. Sellers need to be more strategic for sure. And with higher inventory, longer days on market, and economic clouds sort of looming, so success in this market, whether you're buying or selling, really going to come down to pricing, presentation, and patience, especially if you're a seller. And if you're a buyer, you're probably going to continue to be more patient. But at the end of the day, if there's one house that you really like, don't let it slide through the cracks, right? So if it's something, especially if you can afford the house and you're okay with the monthly payment and it fits all the needs for your family, don't let it get away. If you're thinking of making a move, either buying, selling, or both, now more than ever, you need the right strategy. Reach out to us here. My name's Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. We'd love to be able to show you our strategy for either buying or selling a home to make you get into your dream home or make sure you be able to sell your home for top dollar in today's market.